Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Veach Season. I am your guest host, Rocky Magaña, flying solo tonight because my main compadre, my partner in crime, Krame dog, is missing in action. He is MIA, no call, no showed for work today. Rumor has it he is currently dressed in assless leather chaps on Mark Davis's yacht, playing. I don't even want to speculate the sort of debauchery that they're currently playing. All I know is that it involves at least one bundle of bananas, a lot of coconut oil, and a handful of firecrackers. And so, while we miss him, we wish him nothing but the best, and we hope that he and Mr. Davis find a deep, soulful connection. And he gets back to me soon, because left here alone to my own devices, I am sure to go off the rails and just turn this episode into complete and utter shit show with no frame of reference or rhyme or reason to it. So I apologize for that in the future. But that being said, we are going to keep it. We're going to try to keep it pretty short and sweet today, and just get to the gist, because you don't want to sit here and hear me talk to myself for an hour and a half without any other human interaction. My wife has to do that every single day, and I'd hate to have you be the next person who has to sit there and witness the full, unfiltered Rocky. So without further ado, we do not have a What's Hot with Krame Dog this week. We do have a What's Hot with Rocky, and What's Hot with Rocky is I'm getting old, and Rocky on the 4th of July having patience with his neighbors shooting off fireworks is different than Rocky on the 5th of July having patience with his neighbors shooting off fireworks. Hot take: don't shoot off fireworks after 9 p.m. on any day except for the 4th of July. Here in Florida, it rained. It rained on the 4th of July, so everybody stopped shooting off at their fireworks off at 10 p.m. And fireworks are legal here, by the way. And so what happened was, on July 5th, all the fireworks they didn't get to shoot off on the 4th of July, they decided the night of July 5th to shoot all those fireworks off instead. And on July 4th, if you wake up my kids by shooting off fireworks, I am Mr. Understanding, talking to my wife, saying, hey, babe, it's just part of the holiday. Got to roll with the punches, yada, yada, yada. If you wake up my kids at 11 p.m. on July 5th because you're shooting off fireworks outside of my house, I am damn near liable to go out there and start a fist fight in the middle of the street with every single one of my neighbors for waking my kids up. I will lose my shit if you wake up my kids shooting off fireworks on a day that is not the 4th of July. And I know that that's just a sign of me getting old and grumpy, because young Rocky would have been like, what's the big deal? Your kids will be fine. They'll go back to sleep. But I didn't have kids then. And now that I have kids, I get it. And I'm like, no, listen here, motherfucker. You wake up those kids, your ass is going in there and putting them back to bed. Because I've been dealing with these kids and being a parent all day long. And this is my time to chill out for just a few hours before I have to go to bed and wake up at 6 a.m. and do it all over again. I'm not going to stay up all night with a kid who's scared because you wanted to shoot off a firework called AK-47 Bald Eagle Finger Blaster 5000, or the Fire Shocker, or Anal Liberty, whatever they call fireworks these days. They always have some guitar and like a fighter jet and a missile and a bomb, and it's the Freedom Enforcer 5 million. And so just because you wanted to shoot, just because you blew an entire paycheck that you were literally going to watch go up in smoke, like quite literally watch go up in smoke, it's not my fault that you didn't get to shoot it off. And I'm saying all this as a guy who growing up and even to this day is a fireworks enthusiast. But I shoot my shit off during the daytime now because daddy's got to sleep and daddy's got to put his kids down to bed, and I don't want to have kids up all night long because fireworks are keeping them awake. Also, just how ironic is it? Because like one of the big things they talk about with the 4th of July is to check in on your neighbors who are veterans or who have dogs who are rescues. Because it's really a hard holiday for a lot of veterans and a lot of dogs out there. Because dogs are terrified of the noise, and for veterans, it can be a very triggering event with PTSD and whatnot. And like, what better way to celebrate America's birthday than by triggering all the people who fought to provide our freedom? Like it's a little out there that like the people who gave the most to give us the freedom to shoot out the fireworks. Yeah, let's fuck with you for a while and make your day shit. But that also being said, fireworks are fun. So where do you come in on that? Right? So leave us a comment. Let us know. Are you pro firework or anti firework? And where do you stand on the whole shooting off fireworks after the 4th of July situation, especially after dark when you have kids who might get woken up? Once again, no 5-star reviews this week. It's not a shock, but it is a disappointment. I'm not mad, right? Like, guys, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. I'm just disappointed, right? Like, there was a day where we'd at least have like one 5-star review every couple of weeks. And they're just not coming in. Is it that everybody who has anything to say in the world has already said it? I don't know. But the rule of thumb stands here on Veach Season. If you leave a 5-star review, we are guaranteed to read it live on the air, or message us or just like retweet us on Twitter. Like when this podcast comes out, retweet it with a question or with a comment, and we'll read it live on the air as well. Like, we're not picky, and we'll read absolutely anything. Like it can be a movie review for the most random ass movie that nobody's ever seen except for you, but that you are like the biggest fan of. Like if you want to leave a movie review for Gleaming the Cube, which is a 1989 film starring the impeccable film duo of Christian Slater and Tony Hawk in the same film. If you want to leave a film review of Gleaming the Cube or ask us to watch it and give our opinion on it, we'll do it. You just got to leave a review, and we'll do pretty much anything you want. If you want us to tell a joke that you've written live on the air, propose to your wife, tell your ex-girlfriend to go fuck herself because you're the best thing that ever happened to her. Like really, as long as the rule of thumb is, as long as you're not being racist or like a total incel, we're gonna read it for you. Anything you say is gonna anything you say will be held against us in the court of public opinion. And so, which is why we prefer not to read incel and racist stuff live on the air. Also, no poem from Larry Flynn this week. He's currently on vacation. Word has it he is in Bermuda with his much older fiance. They met at a Golden Girls convention, and she was you would think that he'd go for like a Betty White lookalike, but no, it was Sophia. She was an Estelle Getty impersonator, and now you know why he's so inspired and where those beautiful poetic words come from. Is that our boy Larry Flynn? He's smashing a granny, bro, and and he's into it. He's got that gilf energy. And anyway, I heard that they're on vacation, chilling on a nude beach in Bermuda somewhere. Just getting the sand and the crevices everywhere, getting the sand in there, and then getting the sand out, if you know what I mean. So no poem from him this week, but I'm sure he'll have something back for us as soon as he feels inspired. There is no schedule for our boy Larry. You can't put art on a schedule, right? Like when inspiration hits, and then he delivers every single time. And so we're just lucky that he chooses us as the platform for his words of beauty, and he chooses to be the official poet laureate of Veach season. So Larry, enjoy your vacation. We'll see you when you get back, buddy. We do, however, have another entry into the Global Games Network, and this week's is a doozy. This week's comes from East Asia, like Western East Asia, like the Kyrgyzstan, Afghanistan regions, and the name of the game has a few different names depending on where you go in the world, but one of them is Buzkashi, Buzkashi, and the game is like, imagine playing like polo without sticks on horseback, and instead of a ball, it's a dead goat. And instead of trying to hit it into a goal, you're trying to throw it into a gigantic stone ring like it's a basketball. And there's pretty much no rules by the looks of it, and no referees. And the goal is just to get the goat in the other person's stone circle while keeping the goat out of your own stone circle. And I believe historically, back in the day, there was like clubs and stuff like that were involved. Nowadays, there's not really any weapons other than your fists, your hands, whatever you can do to keep the goat out of the dead goat out of your stone circle. So got a video of this queued up here, and so we'll go ahead and share it. If you're listening to this on audio, you're really going to be missing out, and I'll give it a play-by-play like Krame usually does, but to get the full effect, you'll want to watch this on YouTube. So let me get this queued up here for us, and this is probably one of the greatest sports I've ever seen in my entire life, and I may have just become a huge fan of it while I was doing research for this episode. And so here we go. We're going to get a play. All right, so both guys start here in the middle on their horses, and they're jostling for position. One guy picks up the goat while on the red team, while a drone flies by, recording the event. He's got 3 or 4 guys in hot pursuit of him on the blue team. Oh, and one guy's side by side trying to knock the goat out of his grasp. The guy's approaching the goal. He dives off the horse, head first off the horse, trying to get the goat into the hole. He's on foot while a guy is kicking him. Oh, one of his teammates comes in, gets thrown from the horse, hits his head on the stone circle. Just gets brutalized. No helmets on these guys here. That guy has the goat, leaves his horse jumping into the stone circle to score a goal. This guy has the goat on a breakaway. Number 6 has his horse is going. Oh, the horse threw him over the goal, but he's able to put the goat home. Oh, these guys are fighting over the goat. This guy has a goat. Oh, right by the people. Like, those are horses right next to humans. Oh, this guy reverses field. Oh, this guy's trying to cut him. Oh, he splits the defenders. He's on a breakaway. He's got a clear shot to the goal. Oh, and he jumps in. Brings it to within 4 or 5. He is stoked. He is fired up. Oh my gosh, that goat is just getting trampled on. Like just the horses are just stomping on it. Oh, this guy has it though. This guy has it. Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it. So it looks like you have to leave your horse in order to score the goat. You can't just throw it from your horse. You have to leap from the horse, from horseback, to get the goat into the stone ring. Oh, and these horses just throw these guys off their back. Like the amount of injuries and CTE and just, oh man, like this guy's being drugged by his horse and stomped. Like the amount of injuries and concussions. Oh, that dude was just bending over to pick up the horse, and the dude just like blindsided him and took him out. Oh my God, this is the most violent game I think I have ever seen in my entire life. That was insanity. That was absolute insanity watching that game. Like, I would watch an entire event of that game. I would become a diehard. I think I'm going to look up the teams in Kyrgyzstan after this episode, and I'll send it out on social media. I got to choose a team to support. Like this might just become a Buzkashi podcast now. We might not even cover the Chiefs anymore. We just might be like straight Buzkashi. Krame, you got to watch this video, dude, when you get back from your date with Mark Davis. Same goes for you, Larry, when you get back from Bermuda. Everybody in the world is just finding love this week, and they all found love in a lonely place, and I'm just here in a lonely place, without love. I'm joking. I have my wife, and she's amazing, and I love her so much. All right, let's talk a little bit of Chiefs news before we get out of here. Not too much going on this week. Patrick Mahomes appeared on the Up and Up show with Kay Adams and talked a lot about how much he likes State Farm insurance. Seemed very much like paid content by State Farm for him to appear on that show, because they asked some very poignant questions like, what is it you love about State Farm insurance, Patrick Mahomes? What was your favorite State Farm insurance commercial you made? What's it like to work with Jake from State Farm? Like, obviously, they talked about some Chiefs stuff too, but it was some very, very apparent and very just like on the nose questioning for Patrick Mahomes about how much he loves State Farm insurance. He did say that he has his own agent named Debbie. I think that's what he said. Her name was Debbie, maybe Sharon, some name like that. And he says she's great. So if you're in the mood for insurance and you're a Patrick Mahomes fan, call up Debbie or Sharon or whatever her name is and see if she can hook you up. State Farm is not an official sponsor of this show, but Allstate is, and so is AAA. It's a little bit of a dicey situation and conflicts of interest, but we like to take the horse by the horns and really jump off and slam dunk the goat home here, and really just push the limits of what can or should be done as far as sponsorships go. We're like Joey Chestnut in the hot dog eating competition. And for those of you who don't know what happened there, former hot dog champion Joey Chestnut served a 1-year ban in the Nathan's hot dog eating competition because he accepted a sponsorship deal from, I think it was from Impossible Meat, either Beyond or Impossible, and he was promoting vegan hot dogs, and Nathan's hot dogs didn't like that. They saw it as a conflict of interest, and they banned him from the hot dog competition. Like, that is like got to be one of the wildest doping scandals I've ever heard in my entire life. That you take vegan money, you take vegan hot dog money, and you literally get banned for a year from your sport. Anyway, back to Mahomes. But he did talk a little bit during the interview about the NFL Top 100, which is another meaningless list. I talked a little bit about this with Steven Serta over on the AP News Network for our mailbag show, which will be coming out tomorrow, probably the same time that this comes out, to be honest. But Patrick Mahomes talked about how basically he doesn't really care of where he's ranked on this top 100 list, or he says he doesn't care. But he said he doesn't care. He just cares about winning Super Bowls, so he can be ranked wherever he wants as long as they win Super Bowls. And that he's heard all the chatter from people around the league saying that the Chiefs are taking a step back, that the window's closed, that the dynasty is done, and he doesn't want to talk about it, and he would prefer to just get out on the field and play football. and let the results speak for themselves, which tells me that Patrick Mahomes is motivated. And they say like scorched earth or whatever, I'm not going to get into all that, but I think we're going to see a locked in Patrick Mahomes who is playing. Petty Patrick is going to be back in full effect this year. I have a very big feeling. He also said the Chiefs could be 8 or 9 deep at wide receiver, which we've covered here on this podcast, saying that there's 8 or 9 guys who could make this roster. They're not going to carry 8 or 9 wide receivers, but it just shows the level of competition, which means there's going to be some pretty heated position battles between guys like Tyquan Thornton, Justin Ross, Nico Remigio, Elijah Badger, Magdalena, any other bottom of the roster wide receiver that I'm currently not thinking of. And so it's going to be interesting to see how those battles play out and who makes this team. He also said that the Chiefs just need to get back to having fun. They thought that the thing that was missing last year was that they were so locked in on winning and they expected to win every single week that they forgot to have fun while they were playing football, and that football is a sport, it's a game, and it's meant to be fun. And he said that he just thinks that they need to go out there and have fun this year and loosen up, and that it'll help them play better football. He also said that, you're not with the depth of wide receivers, you're never going to know where the attack's going to come from. They're going to be very dynamic in the passing game this year, he thinks. And of course he's going to say all this, but I tend to believe it's true. I've said it before. I think that this is the deepest offense that Patrick Mahomes has had in his tenure with Kansas City. To that point, Bill Barnwell with ESPN ranked the Chiefs' offense this week as the number 12, as having the number 12 weapons, offensive weapons in the NFL. It's higher than they've been the last 3 seasons when they went to the Super Bowl 3 times in a row. So this is the highest they've been there. Previously, they were ranked as high as 1 when they had Travis Kelce in his prime and Tyreek Hill and that whole team. But 12 still seems pretty low to me. Seems a little bit like a slap in the face for a team that's been to 3 straight Super Bowls, for a team that has the depth that they have at wide receiver. And I know that they don't have the Justin Jefferson or the Jamar Chase or the Devontae Adams in his prime kind of guy. But they have Rashee Rice, and he was on the verge of being one of those guys before he got injured last year, being a legit number 1. And they still have Hollywood Brown, and Xavier Worthy's going to take a step forward. And I think that if everybody stays healthy by week 12, we're going to be looking at this offense and being like, how is this team ever ranked number 12? Because they're going to be one of the top offenses in the league. Even if Rashee Rice never gets to that elite wide receiver status that we think he can, it's going to be a lot like the Royals team that won the World Series. Just keep the line moving. You have a lot of good, not great guys, right? You don't need as long as you have a lot of guys who are really good and play really well together and play for each other, you can have a lot of success. And the Chiefs have already proven that they can win multiple Super Bowls with that recipe. But if you add that superstar guy in his prime, this team's going to be unstoppable. Last thing before we get out of here, there's some news on the stadiums. Per the Chiefs and Royals request, the state of Kansas has voted to extend the timetable that the Chiefs have to make their decision on whether or not they're going to accept the star bonds that'll pay for up to 70% of the stadium. Once again, proving that Kevin Keesman doesn't know what he's talking about whatsoever. And so, but then also, the state of Missouri announced that they are not expected to approve any more additional money to match the 70% that Kansas is currently offering. So Missouri's offer currently covers up to 50% of a new stadium. Kansas's star bonds cover up to 70%. And the news coming out of Jeff City is that the governor and the legislature are not expected to approve an additional 20% to match Kansas's offer, which just tells me that, we're talking half billion dollar stadium or more, they're not going to walk away from 20%. They're not going to walk away from $100 million of free money just to stay in Missouri, right? Like that doesn't make any sense. And so I think the Chiefs are going to be in Kansas. I don't know what the Royals are going to do, but the Chiefs are going to be in Kansas. Last but not least, Jack Caglione got his first Jack in Kauffman Stadium, first home run of his career in Kauffman Stadium. Congratulations, young man. We're super excited to watch you continue to grow and make this city proud. Guys, we live in a crazy world. A lot of crazy shit is going on. And I just encourage everybody out there, regardless of where you stand on any kind of political, sexual, orientation spectrum, politics, whatever, wherever you stand on anything. I lost a friend this past week, and he lived his life based on one single philosophy, which was to show everybody extreme empathy. And if I take one thing away from my friend Ricky's life, who passed away, is that he was one of the kindest souled people I've ever met in my entire life. And I respected him so much because I saw how he genuinely cared for other people and genuinely treated other people like they mattered. And I guarantee you, you're never going to regret showing somebody love and kindness. Like, even if they come back and they hurt you, the fact that you showed them love and kindness, you're like for you, and how you grow as a person, like being empathetic towards somebody who might not be like you it's the key to happiness, man. Like, just trying to like be friends with everybody, love everybody, and it's a recipe for joy, man. And if you're not happy with your life, or you're sad, or you're having a tough time, I see you. And the road back starts with seeing other people too, and showing that empathy. That being said, we're out of here for this week. Like I said, it's a short episode. You don't want to hear us sitting here listening to me preach to you all week long. So be good to each other. Thank you for the privilege of your time. Next week, we'll have Kramer back in here, and it'll be our normal shenanigans. I love you guys. Take care.